Hi Cancer, welcome to your weekly reading. So this is going to be from the 19th to the 26th. If you want to join the membership, you can. You will get access to the whole playlist every week. If you want to just continue to purchase individual signs, that's fine. And if you want to book a reading, you can visit the tarot shop to book in your reading. So we do have the Nine of Cups. So this just literally popped out. So this is really nice. Like, you can see that this cup has got lemons in, it's got fruits. This is a person who really is ready to get healthy. Okay, so this is a person who, instead of it being alcohol and poison and degenerate, and I'm not judging, we all do it, but yeah, this is like someone who's craving health, fitness, purity. It's when you move into a time of your life where you're like, I just want to feel good. And so you get on a health regime, or you just, when people offer you the alcohol, you're just like, I'm good, like, I don't need it. I feel happy, I feel good, I just don't need it, right? A lot of people drink alcohol because they're trying to check out of reality, they're conscious, they're trying to numb, maybe they have high anxiety because alcohol is an antidepressant. So yeah, the Nine of Cups in this particular, it could be a really good week, especially if you are dealing with a Pisces. But I think it's a good week for cleaning up where you've been disorientated, where you've kind of been letting things slip, because Neptune rules, it's someone who's kind of unconscious. So Neptunian people are unconscious. It means that they're using something to alter themselves. For those who are struggling with addictions, it's a good time to clean it up. It's a good time to, sometimes as well with alcohol, if you're struggling with an alcohol addiction, it's the taste. So a lot of people, they become addicted to the taste. It's not even the getting drunk. So what you need to do is use a lot of bitter drinks, use a lot of fizzy drinks, use a lot of bitter drinks. And obviously with these mocktails that they've created, you can now drink a drink that tastes exactly like alcohol without the poison, okay? So this is really kind of trying to use techniques to dupe the mind and the body. And I've done it myself. As an example. So I'm big on caffeine, right? And I personally think people who don't drink caffeine, especially coffee, are far better. So when I look at people who don't drink caffeine, the moods are better, they seem happier, they don't have to get up in the morning and run for a cup of coffee. But there's times where I'll be in a hotel and they'll put decaf coffee in the thing, and I'll drink the decaf thinking it's normal coffee and not know the difference. Okay, so it's when we become conscious, we become aware. What I'm saying is, you can dupe yourself when you're trying to overcome addictions by doing stuff like this, drinking decaf instead of full coffee, drinking mocktails or bitter drinks instead of the alcohol, and it works because it deceives the brain. The taste in itself deceives the brain, and you start to conquer your addictions. Okay. But I do think this week, it could be a very, very happy week. Some of you might be dealing with financial problems or problems in your job. For the Cancer man, you might be dealing with an earth sign who's possessive, controlling, unstable. Queen of Pentacles reversed is not a nice woman. She's someone who'll be checking your phone. She'll be tracking you. She's jealous, all of those things. Okay. I feel like you just don't want a future with this person with the Ten of Cups reversed. For the Cancer woman, you might be dealing, the Queen of Pentacles could be you because you might have a Virgo moon or you might have an Earth moon. In general, though, it could just be your energy, which is, you're investing in something that's never going to be a lasting connection. So see the way, these people are too different to work. In this particular card, it's gorgeous because you got the doggy, you got the catty, and they just work, right? But some relationships are just not compatible. They just don't work. Okay. We've got the Magician. What I'm going to say for some of you, though, especially single Cancers, if you just focused on you, other people might be disgruntled because they can't control you. I'm also getting energy work, so the Magician would be someone who's working on energy, and for the Cancer woman or the Cancer man, it's a Virgo. This could also be a woman who's paid to do this work as well, because the Magician would be someone like me who's a tarot reader, a psychic. There's a lot of energy people, there's a lot of black witches. So yeah, this can be somebody who is corrupt. This is someone who'll do anything for money. They'll destroy anybody. They work in the shadows because that's what all that work is. So do be aware of this person. But if this is your energy, it's time to start manifesting. It's time to start stabilizing yourself. It's time to start getting clean. It's time to start purifying. Okay? The Chariot reversed. So this is someone who's refusing to move forward. Some of you are kind of staying in your cave this week, though, because there's people around you who you just don't like. What I mean by this is, like, it could be family members, friends, people you just don't feel connected to. So these could be people who are drinking all the time, they're talking shit, they're gossiping, they're just low vibe. And the Nine of Cups is someone who just wants to enjoy the good in life. Like, they don't want to be out here in any bad energy. They just want to be in the good, you know? So this week, you might be kind of keeping to the home. The Chariot would be travel, moving out of the home because it's Cancer. You're kind of just keeping to yourself, and I think it's to avoid maybe certain family members or people within your community who you just don't like. The Queen of Swords can be someone who you approach for consultation. The Queen of Swords is an advisor of some kind. So one of my long-time clients just reached out. She's a Cancer. So this is going to a person who you know is going to guide you well. They're going to give you constructive advice. They're going to keep you in check. So this can be going to a counsellor. It can be going to a tarot reader. It's just going to someone who's really good at what they do, and they can help you to gain clarity when it comes to moving forward in your career. Some of yours when it comes to this love connection. And then we've got the Sun card reversed. So the Sun card reversed can be not being happy, okay? But this is also where you're draining your energy in it for this connection. Being around energy drainers, being around people who make you feel stressed out. Now, I feel like some of you Cancers are in this. You're not moving forward. You are refusing to see the facts in a career or a love situation. So some of yous are the problem here because you're coming up as the Five of Pentacles. Okay. A Five of Pentacles person can be someone who's in poverty. This could be a person who's homeless. Someone could be presenting a false image as well. So this person might look together when you see them, but behind the scenes, I feel like this person has got nothing. They might have lost everything. Okay. For the Cancer woman as well, the man you're dealing with, multiple women are coming up here. So I do think you need to be careful with who you're giving your energy to. Okay, because multiple women are coming up here. We've got the Eight of Coins. For the Cancer man, you could be leaving a Virgo who's very, very toxic, or a Taurus, or just someone who's low frequency, and there could be a new woman who's coming into your life. It might be a Gemini. This might be a very powerful connection because you do have the Magician with the Queen of Swords. This could even be the One, because the Magician is the one, it's the number one, and then the Queen of Swords. So for the Cancer man, you might meet the one, or you might have met the one and it starts to develop this week. Okay, Eight of Pentacles. I'm getting micromanagers on the job. I'm getting you're trying to focus on your work. You're trying to build your life. But obviously that's what's happening. Some people are just trying to put their head down. They're trying to put, just work on the shit. And then you always get these intruders, these blockers, these people who are trying to block your power, block your happiness, block your success. But that's just part of the game, innit? Okay? I feel like you need to keep your head down. For the Cancer man, you might have met this woman and an ex is trying to cause problems. They might be begging you back, but you're being told to ignore it and focus on your new connection. Okay? See the way you've got Strength, Cheater. Okay? So someone is a cheater, a liar. okay? Some of you are dealing with a masculine who just cheats and lies, and you know, he's got multiple women, because you can see the women here. But for the single cancers who are just kind of working right now, you know, you do need to be careful. You're not getting out in the sun. This is a problem. Some of you are cocooning yourself in your shell. And I do think the message here is, don't forget about you. It's so easy to get so engrossed in making money, doing your job. You forget to get out the house. You forget to put time into sunsets, and you forget to put time into fitness. So yeah, some of you, you need to clean your act up a bit when it comes to taking in sunlight, doing meditation, getting out the house. I think some of you are so engrossed right now with this Eight of Pentacles. You're building a business. You've got a hustle going on. You're working on your craft. It's awesome. But you also need to prioritize your health. Some of you are burning the midnight oil. Okay. If you're cross-watching for Cancer, you're not going to get much from this Cancer, you know. Yeah, I feel like maybe you are the air sign who's watching for this Cancer. You could be really in your head overthinking everything, especially if you are a Gemini. So some of you Geminis who are cross-watching for a Cancer, he's not moving. Maybe right now he's just doing him and he's focused on his money. You're looking at him. Maybe he just doesn't want a relationship right now. So for some Cancers, this is a general, you need to book a personal for me to look at yours. Some of you, you've met a Gemini and a powerful connection could be being built. It will take some time and it will happen. But for the Geminis who are obsessing over a Cancer man, he just doesn't want a relationship right now. He wants to be free. Okay, so the sun can be I think the sun is masculine energy and the moon is feminine energy, I'm pretty sure. But right now I feel like the sun is freedom, liberated. Like this person doesn't want to be tied down to a relationship. They're too busy in their career. So if you're a Gemini obsessing over a Cancer, yeah, not this week. Stop reading into everything, basically. There's a strong Virgo energy here, though. So there could also be the indication to get to work, stop reading too far ahead. The Virgo energy, Virgos are far-sighted, they read right into the future. Some of you are being told to just put your head down and do the work, take things step by step, stop reading too far ahead. Don't waste energy, basically. And some of you, I do think you need some kind of sport, you need some kind of energy outlet. See, we talked about the cave, didn't we? And because you see the cave, like your energy might be becoming triggered because it's being caged in. Okay, so yeah, this could be the time to book a trip. You know, some of you really want love as well. But I think you're dealing with possibly a Sagittarius for some of you. Be careful with people who are just liars, like they're talking to multiple people. It's obvious. And then we've got Faith reversed again. So I'm not going to lie, I do think some of you Cancers are not in the best place, because with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, this can be going in the wrong direction. A car does not drive backwards, it drives forwards. And the wheel is about, when it comes up reversed, this can be not expanding. It can be feeling unlucky. But with this being the legacy deck, sometimes it's not that we're unlucky. It's that we're going in the wrong direction. We're putting our skills, talents, energies into the wrong people. We're not in the right climate as well. So another message is, sometimes you're trying to find happiness in a country. It's not your country. It's not your vibe. When I'm in a hot country, I'm a different person than when I'm in Britain or a cold country. These are not my vibe. All these cities and energy and madness and I'm not my vibe at all. I'm a different person. My energy is different. My temperament is different. So some of you, there might be an indication that the environment you're in is just not good for you. You had the Sun card reversed. then it flipped up, right? So this could be leaving a location to go live in the sun. This can be emigrating to another country. So some of you are not happy, but you're unwilling to make the change. And sometimes it's just like, if you're going to be happy, you'd have to do the hard stuff to get to the life you want, and that is a location change. That is letting a person go who's a cheater and a liar, even though you're hoping for the best. But for the Cancers who are just feeling good, it's good. You're just enjoying life. You don't need the drugs. You don't need the hedonistic pleasure. You're just enjoying. You don't need a relationship. You're just good. You're doing you. And sometimes we do want to cocoon ourselves. I think humans forget that that's what we used to do. When you see everybody always on show and they're running here and they're running there, that's not how it used to be. It used to be humans went out, they got what they needed, and they retreated. And then when they started running low, they went back out, you know? So some of you are just living in the old school way. The system wants you constantly moving, constantly in the eye, constantly talking, constantly this, because it erodes you. Okay? You're just learning to live in your way, the world, especially with the Cancer man. This is amazing. For the Cancer man, I just think right now, you have got someone who's massively interested in you, but you just want to focus on your own world. See the way you've got the time? You just haven't got the time, you know? I think you just want to focus on your career this week. You want to stay to your home. You want to do your hobbies. Might be gaming, whatever you like. You just want to do you. 6 of Wands reversed. You're not out on show. You're not interested. This is when you're going out there looking for attention. This can be when you're going out on a night out. You show up. You wear your best threads. I think you just want to put your head down this week because you really want to build your bag. In your mind, there is a Virgo who wants a long-term future with you. Some of you, maybe you did something to this Virgo, and until you prove yourself, you won't get this Virgo back. So maybe that's what you're doing. You're working really hard on that. But this is you working on your long-term future. Your money is a priority this week. Some of you might have like some kind of dating or some kind of, because you've got the flowers and then you've got the Virgo symbol. But I think right now what you want to blossom is your coin, your career, your future. And for the Cancer woman, this is what you've got to accept. Someone is all about their own interest, right? They're working on themselves, they're building themselves, and then they're using women in the meantime. That's what a lot of these men are doing, you know, this Fresh and Fit, these Andrew Tates, Tristan Tates. They're not poor. They're not sitting around falling apart. They're building money, they're building network, they're building power, but they've got the bitches sitting there when the dick twitches. You know, and that's it. And women need to think like men and act like women. They don't need to think like men and act like men. They need to think like men and act like women. And if you think like a man in a man's world, you'll be a powerful woman. What it is women are trying to act like men, and you're just never going to win that fight. I said what I did. Okay, Ace of Cups. Okay, the other side of the coin is some of you there is an addiction. See the fish. So this can be someone who's got like a compulsive. It's like me, for example. I can not drink at all, but the minute I pick up a drink, if a bottle's sitting there, the bottle's gonna go. You know. So this is someone who has a bit of an addictive personality. If there's a box of chocolates, I don't eat 2 chocolates. I eat the box. So sometimes it's best just not to have the chocolates there. Don't have the alcohol there. Don't have the temptation there, because then you won't bite. Okay. For some of you Cancer women, though, you can see you're really lonely. But you're also, if you're single, you're refusing to get out your head. You're refusing to get out your house. You are, I think some of you are working for yourselves, so you work at home. You know? But there's a quote in NF where he says, if you want love, you're going to have to learn how to change. If you want trust, you're going to have to give some away. We have to be conscious now. You know, a lot of people are not conscious. It's like, life is hard, you know. Being vulnerable with people is hard. Building an empire is hard. Building a business is hard. Building a body is hard. But every day we are creating our future by our actions. So you know. We're either creating a single life or we're creating a committed life. We're either creating a poor life or we're creating a rich life. We're either creating a weak body or we're creating a strong body. And it comes through our actions, right? You know, alcoholism is not something that happens overnight. My dad died of serious alcoholism, and I mean serious alcoholism. It's something that happens over time. You know, you pick up the drink, you start using it to cope, maybe the pharmaceuticals. I'm not judging, I've done it myself, where you're just like, you know what, who cares? Life's too much. I'm just going to sit here, fuck it. Okay? And then what will happen? It's like fatness. It happens over every day that goes by that you don't go to the gym, you don't put in that weight, you're going to get fat. Okay? So yeah, it's a week for your fruits and vegetables, get in the sunlight. Health is coming up really strongly. It's also really good for people who want to be like nutritionalists or personal trainers, or people who like health and wellness or well-being. Is really good. So if these are the things that you want to set up a business in, I think this week is a good start, right? Okay, rest and rejuvenation. So for the Cancer man, you might also need, you might have been burning the midnight oil. You might need to rest a bit more this week and replenish yourself. Okay, let's see. Opening the door to different opportunities. For those who feel stuck in a job, like they're just lying there tormented in the mind, it's just like you've boxed yourself in. Same as a relationship, people will torture themselves over a person. How many people are out there? You don't have to do it, you know? So, okay. Don't be envying other people's careers, other people's bodies, other people's success. You can have it too, but you just need to do what they're doing, or just do it in your way. Let go of all aversions, meet every challenge and flow with life. So this is overthinking, reading too much into things, like we talked about this. Take one step at a time. Stand in a garden and be thought-free just for a moment. So for Cancers who are going through like heavy stress, it's important. You need to eat better, you need to get into the sunlight, you need to do the beach walks, you need to get into a forest. You know, when people are like, oh, we've got a mental health crisis, I'm like, okay, I've given up at this point, whatever you say. Let go of yesterday, as what you do right now is more important. This is also making sure that the past does not affect your future. Some of you have really fucked up, like you've backed yourself into a corner. You've made some bad choices, but it's all about focusing on each day. Meditate to dispel all fears and become a beautiful, enchantly magnetic person. Basically, it's the Matrix, right? The Matrix wants you in fear. You've got to pay this bill. You've got to say this. You've got to do this. You've got to be, yeah, that's the Matrix, right? You can train at 2 o'clock in the morning. You can train. You don't have to do things in the system's way. You don't have to go to a 9 to 5. You don't have to just accept and tolerate and put it, oh, sorry, that was blurry, I think, the whole way through, so sorry. You don't have to accept and tolerate. You can do things in your way. You know, maybe some years people are judging you because you kind of do retreat. So what? So what? Don't try to fit a peg into a round hole. Like some couples, they can see each other once a week, twice a week, and they're happy with that. Some couples need to live with each other and be on top of each other. Sometimes it's that remember what we talked about with that 10 of Cups reversed. Sometimes it's that we're trying to force things with people who just, they don't get us. They're not our vibe. They don't get it. Some people have long distance relationships and they're okay with it. You got to find your thing, right? Don't force flow. I think a lot of your problem is that you're forcing. You need to flow. And for the Cancer man, I think you're in your power, but drink could be a problem for you. If we're isolated a lot, this can be for the Cancer woman too. We can use drink as a way to deal with the boredom or the loneliness or to cope, and yeah, just be careful with that. So lots of sunlight, eating right, and some of yous, the way you're living is not what you want, the location, the job, but what they're saying is, you can live however way you want. The Matrix tells you must do this, this, and this because it's a devil system. Okay, you fall in line, follow the rules, do as you're told. But there's a lot of people now who are like, fuck the rules, and who are you again? Telling me how to, well, they're the power people now who are just like, who are you? You know, it's just getting obnoxious. You've got fucking fat Daves and Karens and lost people and just monkeys out here telling other monkeys what to move. We're taking over. Okay, like, it's funny because I was watching the House of Commons the other day and they look like dead people. I was like, I can't believe I mean, no wonder the younger generation don't take these people seriously. Half of them was falling asleep. Half of them looked like they were ready for the grave. I'm not being disrespectful. But just go home and go to bed. Go live your life, retire, let other people take the seat, you know. This is half the problem. It's just like, it's crazy what people are listening to and taking advice from. And I'm not disrespecting these people, you know, they built the world we live in, they give us a lot of opportunity. I'm not disrespecting them, but I'm just saying know when to turn it in. You know, just stop now. I feel like the older generation they failed the younger generation because, like, you need to step aside. If you want your children to be competent, if you want the younger generation to be competent, you need to step aside. So it's just crazy, right? But the message for Cancer is you'd be amazed the world you can create, the reality you can create when you open your mind. But you can't open your mind in these cities and these towns. They're full of noise, they're full of intrusion, they're full of opinion. You must move out of the game, out of the bounds. And that's where you'll find clarity. Because in the fields, in the beaches with no people, in the ocean, there is no frequencies, there is no people. What it is people's mind is overrun. That's what that Nine of Swords is about. You can't think straight because there's just too much noise. Okay, but you can either keep blaming everybody else or you can pull yourself away from the noise, tune into yourself, and then you'll get the answers. And also the chemicals in our body when we eat better, when we don't poison our brain with alcohol in our body, when we decrease our stress, we just naturally can think in a God consciousness, in a higher self, because we're clear. A lot of people are just not normal anymore. They're not even normal. Like, because if you think about it, most people drink on the weekend. It takes 5 days for alcohol to go out your body. So if you drank on the weekend and you drank a lot, you're still drunk all week. You know? So I'll talk about this more in coaching videos and stuff, but just listen, this is the legacy tarot, and the message for you this week is you get one life. You don't have to live it in accordance to what other people do. Leave them to do what they need to do to be happy. You do what you need to be happy. But sometimes you have to accept that certain people have to go because it just doesn't work. Like, it makes you miserable. It makes them miserable. Sometimes it's best to just say, let's find the people who fit with the kind of vibe and life that I live, rather than trying to force things that aren't going to work. Enjoy your week, and I'll speak to you soon.